Welcome back to Effortless Marketing, the podcast where we break down big marketing ideas into simple lessons. Perfect for small business owners who want to make a big impact without the big hassle. I'm your host, Hailey Hodge, and today we're taking a trip down memory lane, all the way back to the days before clicks, conversions, and clever algorithms. Welcome to this next episode in our mini-series, Marketing 101, on the marketing funnel. Let's talk about what I like to call the spray and pray era of marketing. If you've ever run a print ad in the local newspaper, paid for a spot on the radio, or maybe splurged on a shiny billboard along a busy highway, you know exactly what I mean. Back then, marketing felt a little like tossing confetti into the wind. You hoped some of it would land where you wanted, but there was no way to really know. Picture it. You invest thousands in a giant billboard towering over the interstate. Every day, hundreds, maybe thousands of cars speed by. But here's the million-dollar question. Who's actually looking at it? Are they your ideal customers? Or are they just folks on their way to work, their eyes half closed and minds on their morning coffee? Did anyone remember your message, much less take action? With traditional marketing, you just didn't know. And that's the challenge with these old-school methods. You had almost zero control over who saw your message. You could guess at your audience. Maybe a certain neighborhood or demographic drove that route. But the reality is, you were paying to reach everyone and anyone, whether they were interested or not. There was no real way to measure if your investment led to more phone calls, more sales, or even a single new customer. All you could do was hope for the best. For small business owners, that's a tough pill to swallow. Every dollar counts, and when you're pouring money into marketing without any way to track what's working or what isn't, it's easy to feel frustrated, or worse, powerless. Let me ask you, have you ever run one of those old-school campaigns and wondered afterwards, did that actually do anything for my business? If you have, you're definitely not alone. But here's the good news. Marketing has come a long way since the days of blind spending and crossed fingers. In our next segment, we'll explore how digital marketing has flipped the script, giving you the power to see exactly who's responding to your message and what's driving real results. Let's dig into why digital marketing has been such a game changer for small business owners like you. We just talked about the old days, where you threw your message out there and hoped it stuck. Now, let's talk about what's possible today and why it's so much more empowering. With digital marketing, you're no longer in the dark about your audience. Imagine running an online ad on Google, Facebook, or Instagram. Instead of wondering who might see it, you get concrete numbers. How many people viewed your ad, how many clicked, and even how many took meaningful actions, like making a call, completing a form, or making a purchase. Here's where it gets exciting. You can laser focus your campaigns on the exact people you want to reach. Want to show your ad to dog owners in your city, ages 30 to 50, who are already interested in pet grooming? No problem. You can target by demographics, interests, behaviors, and more. No more wasted dollars on people who aren't a good fit, and the data doesn't stop there. With digital marketing, you get real-time feedback. You can see almost instantly what's working and what's falling flat. If a headline isn't grabbing attention, you can tweak it. If a photo isn't generating clicks, you can swap it out. The days of waiting weeks or months to see if a campaign worked, gone. Let's say you're running a Facebook ad for your local bakery. You can track every step. Who saw the ad, who clicked on it, who visited your website, who called to place an order, and even who filled out a catering inquiry form. Each of these actions is measurable, so you can see exactly where your marketing dollars are turning into real results. This level of insight is powerful. It means you can make smarter decisions and get more bang for your buck. If you see that most of your sales are coming from people who click on your Instagram stories rather than your Facebook posts, you can shift your budget accordingly. No more guesswork, just clear, actionable data. And ultimately, that means a better return on investment for your business. You're not just spending money and crossing your fingers. You're investing in marketing that you can measure, optimize, and scale as you grow. In our next segment, we'll talk about why, even with all this great data and success, staying on top isn't guaranteed, and why innovation in your marketing is crucial for long-term success. Let's be honest, digital marketing is incredible for reaching the right people and measuring results. But I want to pause and share a reality check. Success today doesn't guarantee you'll be at the top tomorrow. The digital world is a fast-moving target, and it's constantly shuffling the deck. Think about the impact of tools like Google, SEO, and even the latest advancements in AI. Every day, these tools get smarter, and so do your competitors. The businesses that show up on page 1 of Google today might be on page 2 or 3 tomorrow. And guess what? That matters, because most customers don't look past the first page when they're searching for a solution. Now, let's talk about loyalty. We all love to believe that once a customer chooses us, they'll stick around for life. But in reality, customers have more choices and information at their fingertips than ever before. If someone else pops up at the top of Google with better reviews, a slicker website, or a more compelling offer, even your most loyal clients might start to wonder if they're missing out. History is full of examples of businesses that rested on their laurels, confident in their position, only to watch the competition zoom past them. Remember when Blockbuster was everywhere, and then Netflix came along? Or how MySpace ruled social media before Facebook took over? The lesson is clear. Complacency is the enemy of long-term success. That's why it's so important to regularly review and update your marketing strategies. Don't let your brand get comfortable. Analyze your competitors, keep an eye on your online reviews and rankings, and be willing to try new platforms or tools as they emerge. The businesses that thrive are the ones that keep moving, keep testing, and keep innovating. So even if your business is thriving right now, ask yourself, what are you doing to stay ahead? Are you monitoring your search ranking? Are you encouraging happy customers to leave reviews? Are you experimenting with new channels like video marketing or AI-powered content creation? Because in today's world, the only constant is change. You don't just want to reach the top, you want to stay there. Let's take a step back and look at marketing from a bird's-eye view, specifically through the lens of the marketing funnel. If you haven't heard this term before, the marketing funnel is a simple way to visualize your customer's journey, from the moment they first hear about you all the way through to becoming loyal fans of your business. The funnel has a few key stages. It starts with awareness. This is where you're simply getting your name out there, introducing your brand to people who may have never heard of you before. Think social media posts that pop up in a potential customer's feed, or an engaging video ad that grabs someone's attention as they scroll. Next comes interest. Here, people have noticed you and want to know more. This is where your blog posts, valuable emails, or how-to guides come into play. You're giving them reasons to stick around, learn, and engage. Maybe you're answering their questions, solving their problems, or just showing off your expertise. Then, we move to conversion. This is the moment of action, when someone makes a purchase, books a service, or fills out a contact form. All the work you've done building trust and sharing helpful information pays off here. But the journey doesn't end after that first sale. The final stage is retention or loyalty. This is about keeping your customers happy so they come back again and again and tell their friends about you. Maybe you send them a thank you email, offer a special discount, or share useful tips in a monthly newsletter. The goal is to stay top of mind and make them feel valued. Here's something important to remember. Not everyone needs what you offer right now. Maybe they don't need a plumber today, or their wedding isn't for another year, or it's just not the right season. That's why staying visible through consistent content, regular emails, and always-on ads is critical. When the timing is right, you want your business to be the first one they think of. Nurturing leads isn't about pushing for a sale at every opportunity. It's about building relationships, providing value, and guiding people gently from curiosity to commitment. And here's a bonus. When you do this well, loyal customers can become your best source of new leads by referring friends and family or sharing glowing reviews online. So the funnel isn't just a one-way street. It's a cycle that keeps your business growing as happy customers bring in new faces. In our final segment, we'll talk about practical strategies for keeping your brand top of mind so you can turn one-time buyers into lifelong fans. Now let's talk about how you can keep your brand at the forefront of your customers' minds, so when they need your service, yours is the first name they remember. One of the biggest mistakes I see small businesses make is going quiet when business is steady, or only reaching out when they need to fill the calendar. Here's the thing. Just because your customers don't need you today, doesn't mean they won't tomorrow. Maybe you're a landscaper and it's the middle of winter, or a tax preparer during the off-season. Even if folks aren't picking up the phone, you want to make sure you're top of mind when spring rolls around or tax season hits. So how do you stay visible without overwhelming your audience? First, think about consistent, valuable communication. Useful newsletters, helpful blog posts, and engaging social media updates go a long way. Maybe it's a seasonal tip, a quick how-to video, or a behind-the-scenes look at your process. These little touchpoints remind your audience that you're not only active, but invested in their needs year-round. Another smart move is to keep your digital ads running. Maybe not at full blast all year, but with enough presence so that your brand is always in the mix. Retargeting ads are especially powerful. They make sure your business pops up for people who've interacted with you before, giving them that extra nudge when they're ready to act. Don't forget the power of diversification either. Maybe you started with one service, but you notice your customers asking for related offerings. Expanding your services or tailoring your messaging to highlight different benefits can help attract new audiences and keep your existing customers engaged. Now, here's where things get really interesting. All of these ongoing efforts become a lot easier and more effective when you leverage AI-powered marketing tools. With real-time analytics, you can see what content resonates, when your audience is most engaged, and which campaigns are driving the most results. AI can help you personalize your newsletters, schedule your posts, and even suggest new topics based on what's trending in your industry. This is exactly where a tool like Craftify AI shines. It takes the guesswork out of staying engaged with your audience by helping you create compelling content, monitor analytics, and automate those regular touchpoints across email, social, and beyond. Whether you want to launch a seasonal campaign, tweak your messaging, or roll out a whole new service, Craftify AI makes it simple, scalable, and so much more effective. No technical expertise required. So, as you look to grow your business and build lasting customer relationships, remember, staying visible and engaged isn't just about selling. It's about building trust, providing value, and making sure your brand is the one they think of when the moment is right. Thanks for joining me today on Effortless Marketing. I hope you're walking away with new ideas and fresh inspiration to keep your business thriving, no matter the season. Don't forget to tune in next time, where we'll break down even more marketing strategies you can put to work right away. Until then, remember, valuable marketing tips in the time it takes to sip your morning coffee.